Greetings viewers, welcome back to God's Eye, a channel where we broadcast all latest happenings around the globe. In today's news we would be looking at the various measures taken to transport President Zelensky to the United States. Before we give the news in full, please subscribe to our channel and activate the notification bell for more news. The urgent steps taken to transport Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky from Ukraine to the American capital show the importance of the relationship for the two countries. After visiting the eastern Ukrainian front on Tuesday, Zelensky's trip to Washington will begin with a night train to Poland, followed by a NATO spy plane and his F-15 fighter jet. Reports of a visit to Washington began circulating earlier this week, but weren't confirmed until early Wednesday morning, when U.S. officials were confident the Ukrainian leader was safely heading to the U.S. capital. The visit was discussed for months, but final preparations were made quickly. The two presidents spoke about it on December 11th, and Zelensky received the invitation 3 days later. Only after confirmation of the visit can the final plan be implemented. Unsurprisingly, no official travel information has been published. Even in peacetime, strict security measures are in place during presidential visits. But for wartime leaders, the risks are even greater. Zelensky appears to have secretly traveled by train across Ukraine to Poland because the threat of Russian missiles made it too dangerous to fly over Ukraine, and was spotted at a railway station in the border town of Przemysl early Wednesday morning. Rice Field. Polish television footage shows the surroundings, including Zelensky walking on a platform against a background of a blue and yellow Ukrainian train. The group then entered a line of waiting cars that included a black Chevrolet Suburban, a model recommended by the U.S. government. Many Western leaders and officials traveled by train to visit Zelensky in Kyiv, but this was his first trip abroad since the war in Russia began. Shortly after, a U.S. Air Force Boeing C-40B, believed to be carrying Zelensky, took off from Rzeszów Airport, about 80 kilometers to the west, according to flight data. The plane headed northwest toward Britain, but before entering North Sea airspace, NATO reconnaissance planes scanned the area. Russian submarines are known to patrol the sea. Also, his American F-15 fighter, which took off from a British base, accompanied Zelensky's flight for part of the trip. Finally, around noon in Washington, nearly 10 hours after takeoff, the plane landed near Washington on its way to the Ukrainian president. He was given Secret Service protection upon arrival like all visiting heads of state, but Mr. Zelensky's status as head of state at war with Russia meant security officials were on high alert. It meant that we are well aware that Russia has assets in this country, and we can try to do something about it, a senior official told ABC News. I know. Despite my reluctance, the visit went well. On Thursday, he made a brief stop in Poland to meet his colleague Andrzej Duda. And on Friday, he returned to his office in Kyiv and posted a short video on Telegram.